Welcome to round 4 of Kharak Cup number 1. And this is going to be an exciting match because we finally have some coalition versus coalition action here. It's going to be Shrike in his sort of disturbing brown colors versus Garmilator in his dark gray on Torin Crater nonetheless, which is a very nice map. It's quite big. There's a lot of action that can go on. You can attack from kind of like 4 different points here on your opponent's base. And there's a lot of terrain involved, so a lot of skilled micro that goes down on this map. It's not so easy to get control of the field. Shrike is going to be spawning in the south, putting all 4 salvagers on CUs. I shouldn't even say that anymore. I should just say something if they put one on RUs, because it seems like everyone does this. It is the most normal strategy. This is, kind of like what we expect to see from players. Normally when they put something on RUs, they're going for some kind of a tech rush. But it looks to be a pretty standard game from him. And up here in the north, we have Garmilator. And I gotta say, I would suspect that Garmilator will win this. He's just shown himself to be the better player so far in this tournament. And he is, of course, one of the best players in the game so far. So Shrike has got quite a lot on his plate here. Wonder if that's going to get to his head at all, if he's going to try anything weird, try anything special, or if he's just going to play like normal. We'll have to see. Garmilator's sending his base runner out in the middle of the map right now, which is normally a good move, especially on this map. There's a very wide middle area, and you want to get some coverage of this. You want to know what's going on, because otherwise, you can be surprised by some early game attacks by your opponent. Sending this UAV out here, which I really like. He's going to be able to see what kind of an opener is it from my opponent. Is he going, support cruiser first? Is he going for an AAV rush? Is he going with LAVs? Which is indeed the case. His probe here going to take some damage. Might even get shot down. That's close, but not quite. And Garmilator will have seen what he wanted to see. And he's going to go for his LAV spam, which I guess he always does. Actually, I think he did something rather different on his game in Canyon Outpost, but other than that, it seems like he's just always gone for LAVs. That's all I need. What do I need more, right? That UAV is going to go down, which is a nice pickup for Shrike. Just kind of deny that scouting ability from your opponent. This cheeky base runner's getting in here, and I wonder if he's planning on putting down a turret. That would be devastating. Just like right here and sort of hold this point. That would be beautiful. And Shrike is just now wisening up to this. It's kind of parked on the side where Shrike knows that something's there, but he doesn't really know what yet. And that's where he's going to put down his turret. Definitely has range of the second base, but nothing else. So that seems to be definitely the idea of this. But it has not got vision on it, which is a little interesting. He's going to send a UAV to accomplish that purpose. I wonder just how much range this turret actually has. It can't reach these LAVs, certainly. Oh, that UAV goes down. Oh, but Shrike is going to push into the turret anyway. I don't imagine he thinks he can kill it, does he? No, but he's going to lose 2 LAVs to this. Some LAV skirmishes going on over here. He's going to lose a 4th. But he is going to... No, a 3rd, that is. I can count it. But he is going to take one down for his opponent. Oh, but the salvagers... I heard that turret firing. Those salvagers did not move out. No! It's a suicide mission! Don't do it, buddy! Don't! You have so much to live for, Foreman! Don't do it! Don't! No! Oh. He's just running in there to his death. Oh, never mind. That was a bit too dramatic. I guess the turret doesn't have vision on him, so it's actually okay. I was lying. I'm sorry. You keep doing your thing. I know you know better than me. Oh dear, I've completely missed this. What's going up here on the top? Little backstab of LAVs. I was so concerned for that salvager. I didn't even realize these salvagers over here are getting hosed at the same time. The focus fire is not great here, but they are pushing in and doing some damage to this carrier. This is great. This is what Shrike needs. Get some economic damage in on his opponent. Right now, units lost is definitely favoring Garmilator, but it's Garmilator who has taken this economic hit. In fact, he's lost 2 salvagers. No, he's only lost... well, he's made 2 more. Maybe he just produced those. I think he's lost 2 salvagers here, which is actually pretty big. Because that's not only, CUs that were spent to make those salvagers, but now they're not harvesting for a little bit, so that is quite good. This turret is still going to be turbo annoying, and now it's going to be dangerous for the salvager to come in here. Shrike doesn't seem to care though. He's just going to run right in here. Kind of splitting his units up here. I think that was probably a misclick, but he's going to take 1 down for free. I think he's going to lose 1 too though. This guy should really fall back. When you have wounded units, keep them back so they don't take damage like this. And in fact, Garmilator's even got some high ground here. But Shrike has definitely got the numbers, and he's pushing in. The carrier's going to get involved here. I'd love to see him put some power into range, of course. Or to anything, for that matter. Perhaps he didn't realize he's got more power here. But these LAVs seem to have been successfully screened. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do anything else. Although, you know, just one LAV super annoyingly getting in on the back here. And I really like that move. Just kind of distract your opponent just a little bit. These two LAVs, look how damaged they are. He could really just focus these down. Or at least he could have before they got over that dune. But Shrike is definitely going to have to remove himself here. He's not got the numbers anymore. What are the upgrades looking like, though? 2-1, 2-0. So he's slightly ahead on the upgrades as well. Which means it's going to help these Sand Skimmers chew through the Space Runner just a little bit faster. But here come the LAVs from Garmilator. And they're hungry. Completely uncontested as well. They're just going to chip some damage in on this LAV. This Space Runner right here is not feeling very comfortable, but I'm sure he'll make it out if you're alive. And all these LAVs are going to go down. Look at the high ground even. This is deadly here. Oh, and these LAVs are still targeted to fire this Space Runner, which means they're not even shooting back. You know, that's something that commonly happens. As, you know, meanwhile, more and more salvagers get killed over here, by the way. But if you tell LAVs, like, hey, attack this Base Runner, and then the Base Runner moves out of their line of sight, they'll still be trying to attack it, and they won't even shoot at units who are near them. So you got to be really careful that you don't let that happen. Shrike seems to still believe he's got map control. He's putting these guys out in the middle, which is quite gutsy, because, you know, these LAVs can, which indeed they are, just come in for a backstab here. And this turret is still alive. I can't believe it. You know, if you put that turret down, like, right here, it would have killed so many salvagers. Well, this Space Runner is going to go down finally. But now all these LAVs are in the hood, and there's nothing really to stop them now. And Garmilator, he's teched! He's going for AAVs. We've never seen this before. Well, Garmilator is now looking to do some serious economic damage here. He's just going to kill off the LAVs who are in the base, make sure he can't be killed by anything, which is a very smart move. But meanwhile, it's a backstab, and a pretty grody one coming in here from Shrike. And Garmilator seems to have migrated his carrier on accident. That's not so good. That happens sometimes. He accidentally... Oh, he's done it again. You accidentally rally your carrier and move out there. But this attack will be deflected, I imagine, because there's an armored assault in the hood. Although he may lose these salvagers. Yeah, he's definitely lose these salvagers up here on the top. So that's good. I like that from Shrike. But... And he will hold off his main base here. Of course, you know, I feel like if Garmilator would move in with his base runner and put down another turret, like, say, right there, that'd be really good, because then he barely even needs to be here with these LAVs, and he's basically locking down this second base. And then, you know, his LAVs could be up here cleaning this up just that much faster. Salvagers are going to go down over here. And there's only 5 salvagers right here, too. And so, yeah, Garmilator's going to pull back these LAVs now. He's not interested in being down here anymore, which makes sense. There's 2 AAVs now on the field. He is making his first support cruise. It looks like he wants to expand another base, but look at the economic damage here. Shrike is just kind of ripping him apart here, and I'm amazed that this is happening. Like, where did that AAV go? Did he get killed by LAVs? I'm amazed that that happened. These LAVs have long past their life expectancy. I did not imagine that this little backstab would do so much damage. There's another Salvager going down. This is really some great damage coming in here from Shrike. This is putting him way far ahead now. They finally get cleaned up, and now Garmilator can worry about his economy, but look at the units lost tab. They're about even now. You know, whereas Garmilator had an excellent start to this game. And there's more LAVs coming. This aggression has not yet stopped. More LAVs are coming in here now. I don't believe he's going to be able to push in here anymore. After all, there's the support cruiser healing things up. There's the carrier, of course, and now Garmilator has all of his LAVs here in position. So he can't, you know, think of pushing up and pushing him off of this main base at all. But he's definitely done some serious damage. And you know what could do some more damage? These AAVs, but they're just kind of parked sitting at home. It's something we've seen quite a lot from Shrike. You know, he just kind of leaves his units at home, no interest in moving them out across the field. But you know, these 2 AAVs, they're doing nothing right now, you know. they might as well be 4 salvagers, right? That's the same amount of CU cost. So when you got units, you know, use your units, put them in there and get some damage done. There's no turrets or anything set up here, I don't believe. And the carrier is moving down here to take the second base, but that leaves, he's going to focus the support cruiser. Is he going to get this? No, he can't get the support cruiser, can he? I think he can. Now that's some massive damage right there. Shrike is going to take down a support cruiser. Now, Garmilator is going to have to rebuild that. It takes build time. It's going to, you know, make all these salvagers be long distance mining while they go for it. I don't know what's going on here. Garmilator is such a good player, but he's just kind of getting unraveled here, falling apart a little bit. These LAVs get cleaned up again, but, you know, still has 2 armored assaults, so there's definitely not going to be any, like, counterattack coming in from here. At least I wouldn't think so. He is moving down that way, though, so maybe he wants to get something done here now. Support cruiser is coming out from Shrike, and I also noticed he's researching battle cruiser fabrication. I gotta say, that's a good move, you know? Or at least in my opinion. I don't play Coalition too much, but from what I understand, if you're ahead, battle cruisers are kind of like that sledgehammer that'll just finish the game off for you, yeah? There's nothing here that can stop them, and so once they get to there, just game over. Economy's dead or the carrier's dead. Either one's pretty much game over. So I like this move. Now normally you want to kind of... Oh, and he's going to use his carrier perhaps? Oh, he might lose an AAV here. But normally you're going to try to sort of, you know, save resources so that right when the tech finishes you can start building it and you kind of get a jump on it, but instead now he's going to have to stack up to them. Now these AAVs, I really feel like they should be over here now because, you know, there's LAVs here and there's a lot more LAVs there than there are LAVs here. At least I think so. Actually, the numbers are looking fairly even. But the carrier's not there, so there's no defense from the carrier going to be coming in. So Garmilator looks to do some serious damage here now. And these AAVs still sitting here in the corner. What are you doing? Get in there, you cowards. Looks like the support cruiser was able to hold these off, and these LAVs are going to have to leave. So they're not going to be able to get much done. In fact, actually, they're all kind of going to die here. Actually, perhaps that's because Shrike has the upgrade advantage here. Oh, we should really keep pushing this. These guys are so dead. Keep pushing, keep pushing. There you go. But I believe he can kill all of these LAVs. Although, actually, now that he's coming in staggered, you notice, like, he stopped here and then he began moving again. But now he's coming in staggered and these are kind of attacking one at a time. That's not so good, and he's actually going to take an unfavorable trade there. You know, it seems like a small thing, but like just leaving your guys sitting still here for like even 1 second can make such a big difference in the game, as we just saw there. You know, it really limits his options for a counterattack because there's still units on the field here. And not only that, but they're vetted. If they get one more veteran, say they do like plus 50% damage, basically, because of the rate of fire upcrease. Upcrease? That's not a word. Upgrade. Anyhow, these AAVs finally, you know, pulling their weight. They're going to attack this base runner here. I think he's setting down a turret. Yeah, he is. Oh, attack the turret. Attack the turret. And meanwhile, there's a little fight going on here with LAVs, but all of Garmilators have got the high ground. The turret begins firing, and one AAV is going to go down to that. These LAVs still trying to attack uphill, which is usually not very good. Garmilator is going to be able to hold this off. We still haven't seen any battle cruisers get produced. I feel like that's really a potent tech here, but you should really just make some, you know? I mean, researching the tech obviously doesn't do you too much good until you actually make them. You know, Garmilator, like, played with the idea of AAVs, but I guess he didn't really like it. He's just, you know, LAVs, what more do I need, right? What else do you need? It's really suspect play. I'm not sure why he's doing that. It's quite strange. Well, Shrike seems to want to stop this artifact, but there's no chance of that happening here. And the LAVs, I think, are even going to pick off this AAV, which doesn't feel right somehow. I mean, the AAV is the counter after all, but if you got that many LAVs, they'll kill it. Okay, he is making battle cruisers. I like this. I like this. And meanwhile, he's pushing him with another little backstab here. Is he going to get another support cruiser? Oh, this is just hideous. Like, this is what AAVs do for you, man. Just put like 2 AAVs here. They not only can they kill these guys off, but they just put a smoke down on the support cruiser, and there's no way it's going to die. But I think this support cruiser with no support from AAVs is going to go down again. There's this massive economic damage here. I can't believe Garmilator is allowing his opponent to do this, you know? There's so many tools that the Coalition have, like turrets from the base runner, AAVs that can stop this, but he's not using any of them. And a battlecruiser is about to come out now. And what does Garmilator have, you know, to stop this battlecruiser? Like a turret? That's not going to do anything. He's researched a lot of power reserves. I wonder if he could get like a cruise missile or something. But other than that, you know, he's got essentially nothing to hold off this battlecruiser, and I don't think he's seen it yet. He'll have come close now to have seen it. And Shrike, you know, making a mixed unit composition, I like that. He's going to have some AAVs, battlecruisers, and LAVs, which all kind of accomplish the same purpose of fighting off LAVs and support cruisers. That's really all he needs to do right now. So I like the unit composition for Shrike a lot more than for Garmilator. He seems to be wanting to do an attack here, but I mean, who wins the base race if you got battlecruisers, right? It's definitely the one, you know, with the battlecruiser. It's a pity that Shrike hasn't, you know, scouted this. I think yeah, Garmilator has now scouted the battlecruiser, so he knows. But what's he gonna do about it is the question. This is why you get railguns, by the way. These LAVs are coming up here. They're gonna do some serious damage. There's really nothing to hold this off. So it's definitely gonna be, you know, a support cruiser down, and most likely all of those salvagers as well, unless he pulls them away. There's an armored assault vehicle out here. I like that, like I was saying, but it's too little too late, you know, when there's a battlecruiser moving on the field here. I think certainly this is going to be game. And I gotta say, I was not expecting this. And like I said, you know, Garmilator's been showing himself pretty well in this tournament, comparatively. So this is quite surprising to me. What's going on in the south? Yeah, they have taken down that support cruiser. They're going to take down logistics modules, and that actually is rather significant. Because as you can see, Shrike is now pop-capped. He can't make anything else, unless he puts down some logistics modules over here, but that always feels a little bit weird. Oh, and he's got no income as well, so that kind of rules that option off the table. But now it's Garmilator. He's just going to be completely pushed off of his base here. Battlecruisers take no prisoners. I mean, if they hit anyway. Yeah, they're landing their shots now, but look how much damage they're going to do to these units, especially AAVs. They're just going to melt like butter. Boom. Gone. LAVs are coming down now here, probably to kind of try to cut off the retreat of this carrier. All these soldiers are going to go down. It's a bit tricky for Shrike. He's going to have to, you know, make an economy on this side of the map. Like I said, feels very wrong. But I think right now he really just wants to chase. And they've got equal amounts of power, actually, these two players. And there's no healing on the map too. That's pretty critical. So once a carrier takes damage, a carrier has damage. There's no way to re-heal that at this current state. That's going to be quite interesting. These AAVs have managed to escape with their lives. I'm not really sure how that happened. I mean, two battlecruisers passed by them after all. You know, the carrier kind of has to go around in a ring, right, like this. I mean, you see what Garmilator has done. He's queued him up to there and there. So if you take one of your battlecruisers, you know there's nothing on the field right now that can threaten this thing, right? And just move him down there. And then another battlecruiser up here. And then when this carrier gets to around here, this battlecruiser is going to pop over the hill, get the damage in. And then if he keeps running around this way, you can do it again, and eventually you'll kill him. After all, you only got 11 minutes to do it, and then he would actually win on artifacts. So that is actually pretty important. Garmilator's putting down a logistics module. Not sure why he did that. I mean, that seems like not the best idea because, you know, Garmilator needs resources, basically. He needs to get an economy set up here if he can. And that's not going to help. I mean, what's he going to produce? You know, he doesn't need logistics. Look, he's on 10 supply. I've never seen this before. All of the logistics modules have been taken from the game, basically. In fact, oh wow, that's pretty interesting. He has these two battlecruisers, right? And they take 6 supply each. And so he actually can't make any units. He can't make any salvagers, basically. Because he's pop-capped, and he will be, unless these battlecruisers die, which of course is looking pretty unlikely. Garmilator, meanwhile, could still technically be resourcing, you know. There he is. He's picking up some CUs. We'll see what he can do with it. There's only 50 left in this pile, though. His carrier's still giving chase. Now, like I said, he's moving these battlecruisers like this. This is very good. I'd love to see him actually go over this hill right here. But I still believe this is... Yeah, look at that. He actually did that right after I said it. Nice. I still believe this has got to be game, though, because what can Garmilator possibly do to kill off these battle cruisers? I mean, even if they take a significant amount of damage, he'll just turn on, you know, the healing beams from the carrier and heal them back up. Garmilator's got no units at all here that can do damage to a unit like a battle cruiser. Okay, everybody, I am back to tell the sad tale of what happens to Garmilator. Sorry, I was interrupted earlier. But yeah, these battle cruisers are still chasing. I mean, I didn't exactly leave at a time with too much action going on, did I? I like this move here, split him up so one goes over the hill and catch him more likely. Although it's better if he goes there, isn't it? Because, of course, Garmilator's bound to like this kind of area right here. Has to move up. This battle cruiser. In fact, he should go there to catch him. Like that. Like right after I told him to go there, he like tasked it to there, but now I'm saying to go here. He's just like one mental step behind me, I guess. Yeah, look at that. So he's getting a good spread on these battle cruisers. Although I like the idea of keeping one of them with the carrier, because the only way that Garmilator could theoretically still win is if he fights this carrier right here. Yeah? So if you keep one with the carrier, there's no way that he can even win. Which I think is obviously better. Here comes the battle cruiser, though. He's finally going to catch him now. I'd just like to point out, by the way, you could just drive off into the desert over there, and he would never catch you. Whatever. Now look at the damage that a battle cruiser will do to just like this armored assault vehicle. Takes out almost half of itself in one shot. Massive damage. And another battle cruiser, of course, is up here. He's going to catch him if he keeps running away from this one. This guy, though, he stopped. I don't know why he stopped. Like, okay, you're going to get the AAVs. That's not the target here. The target is this carrier right here. Just move, like, give him a move command right there, and everything will be taken care of. Although by now it's too late. By now we should get, yeah, move command just like that. Hey! Nicely done. That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh, these salvagers are standing still. Don't stand still. You gotta move. Movement is life. Movement is life. Isn't that the quote from World War Z? Oh, he's trying to retire them. No, no, don't get retired. You're the only chance of economy. No! No! That's unfortunate. Well, this battle cruiser right here is going to catch this carrier in a big way. He's powering up the armor. He knows what he's up against, but battle cruisers do quite a lot of damage even to armored targets. Oh, he's missing it. Oh, you gotta go there. You gotta go there. There's another battle cruiser right here, though. He's gonna catch him on the way. So that's good. And of course, LAVs, by the way, in case you were wondering, they do like effectively nothing against a battle cruiser because it has 25 armor. Even if they have their damage fully upgraded, which they do in this case, they do 1 damage per shot, and their fire rate is actually quite low. Seems a bit counterintuitive. I mean, it's got a giant chain gun on it, but the way that the game calculates that is like 1 burst of 15 damage every like. Probably like 2 every 3 seconds or something like that. I don't know exactly what the rate is, but... Oh, he's actually retiring those too, isn't he? I thought for one crazy moment, maybe he's trying to get resources for like a... Resources for a... Oh, what's it even called? For a cruise missile or something, but I doubt that's the case. And yeah, you can see just being in contact with these battle cruisers for like a couple seconds is taking his carrier down to 5,000 health. I mean, like I said, this is a foregone conclusion. This carrier is clearly going to die here. And he's tasking his battlecruiser at the right spot, just right over there. Carrier can outrun them, but can't outsmart them, I guess. What a funny situation, you know? I mean, they've done now like an entire lap around the crater. Still haven't gotten anything done. I'm telling you, man, just go that way, and you'll be fine. You know, I joked earlier, like, well, he's only got to live for 11 minutes and he'll be fine. This is actually, like, half of that time is cut down now. You know? he's made a support cruiser. Oh, you cheeky man. Oh, don't tell me it's going to get killed by the battle cruiser, though. Oh. That's depressing. That's such a good idea. I love how he's done this, but... That is unfortunately not going to last too... maybe. You know, he could power up his healing beam as well. No, that's going to go down. This battlecruiser's found him. Going to do just a little bit more damage, and then he should basically immediately be moving down here. Oh, don't go there, don't go there. Oh, actually, you can get more shots off, I guess. That's true. But I mean, at this point, the carrier can do it, the battlecruiser can do it, the other battlecruiser can do it, right? So my philosophy is you've got them kind of cornered here. Just get like your carrier there, one battlecruiser there, one battlecruiser there, right? And these are the only ways that a carrier can move on this map. And then you can just kind of close the net. And I mean, what's he going to do about this? Because I mean, obviously, trying to chase him is not going to work here. You only got 5 minutes left. You know, you gotta do this now. Quite a lot of smoke coming off of this carrier here. This is one really cool thing about the game. It actually remembers where you've been shot. And so it'll have like fires and stuff from railguns and whatever like coming off of that spot that you've been hit on, which I think is really cool. Yeah, there's the warning coming from the game. 5 minutes left to complete the mission. I mean, there's no way Garmilator can actually win this, is there? It can't happen. He's making base runners. He's going to try to win on artifacts. Oh my goodness. That's one thing I got to say about Garmilator's play here, you know. He knows how to win. He certainly is cognizant of the win conditions. Whoa, whoa! What the, oh my goodness. Careful now. This battlecruiser doing, this is Space Runner doing some sick flips. I mean, occasionally you'll look back at someone's carrier right at the beginning of the game, and he's like this high up in the air, falling to the ground. You're like, what's going on here? It was like that. This is so funny. This can't go on for much longer, I'm sure. No, you're not going to catch him on this vector. Just go there, go there, go there. You can do it. There's one base runner left. One critical base runner left. But there's no way he can score 2 artifacts in 3.5 minutes, let alone, you know, take down this carrier. By the way, where's it going? Is it turning around? I think he thinks he can pass by his opponent's carrier here without taking damage. Or too much damage, anyway. He's spotted, of course. Shrike knows what's going on here. You saw how much damage that missile did. This will be a dead carrier for sure. He's powering up the weapons. And that has got to be game, hasn't it? Oh, please tell me. No, he's gonna get away, is he? No, certainly not. Man, Garmilator. I gotta give it to him. He's made this last for a long time. He really just does not want to give up. Yeah, look, it's not shooting anymore. Okay, like, you can take one power out of weapons and put it into range. You can probably still be shooting at him at this point. But he has to turn, that's critical. You lose speed when you turn, everyone knows that. And that is going to be the end of Garmilator. Goes down in plume of flames, and that's the end. What a funny game, man. Although, so I think really what happened here, other than Garmilator running his carrier around the thing almost like 1.5 revolutions, could have made 2 if he didn't turn around probably. His big problem is that, look, you can see 2 support cruisers went down here. Like, that should never have happened. He just put some AAVs right here. You know, because really his opponent did this entirely with sandskimmers. That'd be impressive. With LAVs. And I feel like if Garmilator would have just, you know, put 2 AAVs here, he could have held this all off. And that is going to be his first loss in this tournament. Really did not seem nearly as strong that time as in other games he's played. So it's really interesting. But Shrike will be happy about this. This is probably a match he did not expect to win. Garmilator was undefeated at this point, so you got to give it to him. He played quite well, I think. And he is going to take his game from round 4. How do you say that? He's going to get a point, you know what I mean? Moving on to round 5 now, I believe, with 2 wins and 2 losses, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's my job done. I'm out of here.